from the same cup. I drank whiskey from last night. Every year for 5 days and nights, we leave the troubles of the world behind. The news are loaded down with coolers full of steaks and beers. You can't say we're roughing it. We eat and drink like kings out here. 'Cause it's a Red Creek expedition, floating down the creek and fishing, chasing gators and hooking bass, telling lies and passing gas. We're lifelong friends, carrying on a 25-year tradition on the Red Creek expedition. Pull up on the sandbar, make a circle and pass the jar, Jack Daniels and some homemade brew, make a toast to the maiden crew, cooking underneath the stars, trading songs on an old guitar, Mississippi summer nights, too drunk to scratch our skeeter bike. 'Cause it's a Red Creek expedition, floating down the creek and fishing, chasing gators and hooking bass, telling lies and passing gas. We're lifelong friends, carrying on a 25-year tradition on a Red Creek expedition. We may be coaches, judges, cops, or engineers, but for 1 week we're just some good old boys, getting wild out here on a Red Creek expedition, floating down the creek and fishing, chasing gators and hooking bass, telling lies and passing gas. We're lifelong friends, carrying on a 25-year tradition on the Red Creek expedition. Yeah, the Red Creek expedition.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
If you wanted to, oh, just do. If you wanted to, take me out. If you wanted to, show me around. If you wanted to. Say you wanna take me out and spend a little time. I'm waiting on the edge, trying to read between the lines. Make it obvious to me. I see it, I'll believe it. I'll be damned if I'm staying around and waste my time. Wondering when you'll come around and finish off this wine. Don't put me in that spot. You're in or you're not. Take a chance, take a shot on this moment. Let me know if you're the kind that's gonna own it. Under that neon glow, got a chance but you won't. Kiss me when you could. If you wanted to, you would. If I make you wanna do it, then do it. You shouldn't
Sisters. That is their latest single. It is called If You Wanted To. We'll send that out to Kelsey Parker, who listens to us on every show from the great state of Maryland. She requested some Hobbs Sisters, actually sent me the link to that, and we went out and got the music. Love that new single from the Hobbs Sisters. Go check it out if you wanted to. And before that, Red Creek Expedition from my good buddy Mr. Dennis Ledbetter, who we met in person back in 2016 at the Nashville Universe Awards. He hung out at our table at the Wild Horse Saloon and watched us win a couple of awards that night. He's at an award show tonight at the International Singer-Songwriters Association in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's up for a couple of awards. We hope you win a couple, and congratulations to everybody who's nominated for that, and lots of the artists that we play on KICR Indie Country Radio at the ISSA Awards tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. But I'm glad you're hanging out with me tonight. Welcome to Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly. We call this New Music Friday. The best in new indie country music is what we're going to do for the next 3 hours, and I've got a couple of great radio interviews lined up as well. First, in the bottom half of this hour, I'll have Francine Honey joining me, and then in the bottom half of hour number 2, I'll have an artist who is also an actress. Her name is Jessie Mapes. She played Sissy, who was Deborah Winger's friend in the... she played Sissy's friend. Sissy was Deborah Winger. She played Jessie. There you go. That was easy. Jessie played Jessie. She was on the movie Urban Cowboy with John Travolta and Deborah Winger back in 1980, and they kicked off Gillies, the world-famous Gillies, in Pasadena, Texas. She rode that mechanical bull and everything, so we'll talk about that and a whole lot more and play their country music as well. We want to give a big thank you and shout out to all the radio stations that replay this show. Great radio stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com. They are from Belgium. devilscountryradio.com, radiotheking.be from Belgium, WVMIradio.com, realradio.us, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, countrymusicexpress.co.uk, Bourbon Trail Radio, thechimpfm.com from Canada. We are on countrythunder.com.au from Australia. We are also on WFPNradio.org and Big Records World /radio, a great indie record label that we work with as well. Well, let's get you back into that great country music right now. And this next song blew up the last couple of weeks, I'll tell you. It got, last time I checked, over 4,000 views on TikTok, over 700 likes, and I want to thank him for doing that and putting my voice behind it. How about that? His name is Logan Sanders. His latest single is called Wherever These Boots Take Me on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Will it be a dream if you'd go on this roller coaster ride with me? We could hop in this GMC and get out of small town Tennessee. 'Cause I want my name in neon lights in 5-star hotels every night. If it don't happen, I'll be alright, as long as you're here by my side. Well, we could look back in the rear view, remember memories and used tos. We could head to where dreams come true, by going to where these old boots tell me to. Wherever these boots take me is where we could be found. Wherever these boots take me is where we're bound. We could stick around in this town and keep our feet on the ground, but I'd rather us be wherever these boots take me. It makes me wanna say that we could look back in the rear view, met you. Wherever these boots take me is where we could be found. Wherever these boots take me is where we're bound. We could stick around in this town and keep our feet on the ground, but I'd rather us be wherever these boots take me. These boots could take us to Nashville, or they could take us to Jacksonville. I wouldn't care if it's New York, Las Vegas, or down in Australia, as long as I have you here in my loving arms. Wherever these boots take me, wherever these boots take me is where we could be found. Wherever these boots take me is where we're bound. We could stick around in this town and keep our feet on the ground. Yeah, but I'd rather us be wherever these boots take me. Wherever these boots take me. Wherever these boots take me. Wherever these boots take me.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
I've been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. Have a shower, put some gel in my hair at the motel where I am. It's a big, long bar in Santa Cruz. I don't go for the food, I go for the booze. Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. I visualize that picture of her. Man, she looks so fine. She reminds me of Jane Seymour, that movie Somewhere in Time. I'd like to see that girl on the wall, climb 32 steps if I have to crawl. Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. Climb 21 steps and 11 more. Look at my watch, 3:45. Way overdue for happy hour. Think I'm gonna have my first whiskey and sour. Hey, somebody bring me a drink.
It's coming, honey.
Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. Quite a hike to meet my buddy Mike. I'll get there when I can. It's great to be alive, all the same. Think I'm gonna have my first IPA. It's been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. Climb 21 steps and 11 more. Look at my watch, 3:45. Way overdue for happy hour. What the heck happened to my whiskey and sour? Hey, where's my drink?
Cool your jets, Freddy boy.
Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. It's quite a hike to meet my buddy Mike. I'll get there when I can. It's great to be alive, all the same. Think I'm gonna have another IPA. Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. I've been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann. Been a long, long time on the road to Rosie McCann.
That is the latest single from the Smith Sisters and the Sunday Drivers, and that is called The Road to Rosie McCann. My good friend Kelly on that group, and we'll send that out to her. Love that song, and thanks for sending it over. Sorry I couldn't be on the air last week. We were going to debut it last week, but we got it in tonight, and we appreciate you guys sending it over. We will keep playing that one right here on KICR Indie Country Radio. Right now, I'm broadcasting live from the live entertainment capital of the world in Branson, Missouri. We're live on our website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com every Thursday and Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. You can join us in our live chat room. Just hit that little chat bubble, bounce it around, double tap that, make yourself a free Spreaker account. Come in and say hello to all the folks that we call family in our live chat room tonight. We sure do appreciate those folks hanging out with us and keeping me company. We love when that happens. These next three ladies I have interviewed before about 6 months ago, and a couple of weeks ago they were on a show called America's Got Talent. All four judges and the host hit the button on the judges' table to send them to the live rounds automatically because they are really, really good. They are called Chapel Hart. This is called You Can Have Him Jolene on today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
Well, since the last song, I've had time to think it over. A lot of tears, a lot of beer, a lot of wine. I spent so much time believing that midnight phone stopped ringing, but he'd leave the room and answered every time. With that broken glass and pieces, and you holding me and saying you were wrong. Well, I'm tired of second chances and these sad-ass circumstances. He's your problem, good luck keeping him home. Oh, Jolene, you can have him 'cause he don't mean much to me. Well, I've cried so much till rivers turn to seas. Oh, Jolene,
You're listening to New Music Friday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
I love Alabama. I love Alabama. It's about that time of year
where I drink a little more beer. It's over for it's over. If we go there or they come here. Down at Bryant Denny, another winning season. But that's not the only reason. I love Alabama, I love Crimson Red, I love how we yell roll tide on the four up above our heads. I love Leonard Skinner, God bless sweet home. 'Cause when I hear it, all I see is a crowd with ounce to thong in the stands of Tuscaloosa, by at least 22. I love Alabama, 'cause that's where I met you. Underneath the tailgate banner, with everyone screaming Rammer Jammer, it hit me like those yellow hammers we were throwing back on the road. When you went and stole my heart in a beer can covered frat house yard, they say some things work and some things don't. And I know some things change, but one thing won't. I love Alabama, I love Crimson Red, I love how we yell roll tide on the four up above our heads. I love Leonard Skinner, God bless sweet home. 'Cause when I hear it, all I see is a crowd with ounce to thong in the stands of Tuscaloosa, by at least 22. I love Alabama, 'cause that's where I met you. That's where I met you. I wish I could replay those days, refill that way, rewind that time and do it all over again.
I love Alabama. I love Alabama.
I love Alabama, I love Crimson Red, I love how we yell roll tide on the four up above our heads. I love Leonard Skinner, God bless sweet home. 'Cause when I hear it, all I see is a crowd with ounce to thong in the stands of Tuscaloosa, by at least 22. I love Alabama, 'cause that's where I met you.
Making her radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio, her name is Allie, A-L-L-I, Leanne, Allie Leanne, and that is called I Love Alabama. Well, I love that song. And I'll tell you what, I found that girl on TikTok. She is fantastic, and you guys go follow her over there, and I'll follow you guys as well. You can follow me at Tim Kelly on Air. That is my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter account, at Tim Kelly on Air. And I'm typing into the chat room who I'm playing on the radio. If you haven't heard them before, especially, I'll get you familiar with those folks. But every time I push the play button, it's going to be something new, probably. Maybe you haven't even heard on New Music Friday. That's how it rolls around here. This gentleman got to perform the national anthem last Sunday at the Springfield Cardinals game just north of Branson. Now, the Springfield Cardinals are the AAA team or the minor league team for the St. Louis Cardinals. Mr. Jay Edwards, this is called Another Cold Shoulder on today's country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
If I leave tonight for Tennessee, it's the last time she'll see me this hurt and broken. If I say goodbye to Caroline and keep this truck between the lines, I'll be there by morning. If I set my mind at 75, I don't think of her, count the miles. If I can just see that's true, it's very sad, but it's a lie, and I know, 'cause I keep thinking about us and the way I used to hold her. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I topped off that Chevrolet with heartache and high octane. That's all it's holding. I could have stayed around a while, pulled her close to make her smile, but that don't happen very often. I hug these curves near Gatlinburg like I know every inch of her. I traced it when she was sleeping. If I get too tired to stay awake, I won't stop or take a break, 'cause something else keeps calling. I can't stop thinking about us and the way I used to hold her. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. Before I left, I should have told her how much I still want her. I can't stop thinking about us and the way I used to hold her. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. I don't wanna pull over to another cold shoulder. If I could just keep going, I'll be there by morning.
Once again, his name is Jay Edwards. That is called Another Cold Shoulder. He got to perform the national anthem last week at the Springfield Cardinals game. Fantastic artist. And I didn't get the memo that he was in town. I had to work, but I would have made some kind of arrangement to meet him halfway or something like that, because he is fantastic. But we're going to be doing a great radio interview when we go to mornings come September. So September the 1st, this is going to a morning show, and Jay Edwards is booked, I believe, for September the 9th. Well, tonight we have Miss Francine Honey with us from Ontario, Canada. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you, Tim? Thanks so much for having me on your show.
You are awesome, and so's your music, and I appreciate you being on tonight.
Why, thank you. Thanks.
Absolutely. Got a couple of great songs that we're going to play tonight. And, you know, the reason I like doing these interviews is because we get to hear the stories behind them. And you were sent to me by a great lady that by the name of Emma Scott, and she has sent me some other artists, you know, but I was telling you off the air, I get so many, I forget who's working with who. So, yeah, we want to give her a big shout out because she's fantastic. And you're in good company right there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thanks. I love working with Emma. You know, she's been just fantastic, and I really appreciate what you do, Tim, because you give us indie artists a voice. You know, in country music, that can be a real challenge. So, thank you. And
you are very welcome, and the reason I love doing this is because I get to put my voice over your music, especially if you got a good intro that's about 10, 15 seconds long. I can talk right over that, and us DJs like to do this thing called hitting the post. That means I stop talking right as you start singing, and if I can pull that off every time, I'm good.
I love it. You do a pretty good job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I still practice that all the time in the truck while I'm driving down the road. But you're not new to the music scene. You have been making music since childhood. I'm looking at your bio. I know better than to ask a woman's age, but you've been doing music for a while. Tell us about your interest in music and kind of how you got started.
Well, I got started as a lot of artists have, singing in church, you know. Well, I guess before that, I'm French Canadian, so music is a huge part of our culture. You know, I grew up listening to my grandma play the fiddle, and we would all, you know, get together on New Year's Day. There were 16 kids in my dad's family.
Wow.
And we would get together, all of us. I have over 100 cousins and stuff, so we would get together New Year's Day, and everybody, you know, each one of my aunts and uncles would have their own song that they would sing, and it really was a big party. So I started, you know, music's just always been there, and I think I wrote my first song when I was 12. I started playing the piano, then, you know, I was getting into doing all this classical music, and I just wanted to play, you know, what I was hearing on the radio. So I left the piano, picked up the guitar, started writing my own songs, but you know, when I remember making a choice at, you know, coming out of high school, and I just didn't think I was good enough to make it as a career out of doing my music. So I went to university and got a degree in mathematics and computer science, and had a whole career in the government, and just wrote songs throughout that whole time and played guitar, you know, in between raising my kids and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then I remember my daughter was off to university, and my son was just about to go off to college, and he's like, "Mom, what are you going to do?" Like, I can't go to college because I'm worried about what you're going to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a real epiphany for me. And I thought, well, don't worry, honey. Your mom's got lots to do, you know.
Yeah.
So I went out the next day, dusted off my guitar and bought some strings, and started writing. And you know, yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. You know, I say this all the time on the radio, that you guys in the music industry are entrepreneurs, and there's so much beyond the music that has to be done. You guys promote yourself or have a promoter that you work with. You have to build a social media presence, websites, all of that kind of stuff, you know, to get the music out there. That's a big part of it. And then shows and getting in front of folks and get over the stage fright thing and all of that, if you had that. But you were actually you were a project manager for the Canadian federal government, but your love for music was probably more stronger than your love for money or the income that came with being that project manager, because there's no guarantee in music that you're going to make it and be able to make a living in that, is there?
No, not at all. And I guess, you know, what I decided about 8 years before I made the jump to quitting my job, that this is something that, I mean, I just couldn't go to work. It was so hard going to work. You know, I just wake up in the middle of the night with songs in my head, and I just was like, oh, you know, that feeling that you're just not doing what you know you're meant to do. And so I downsized. I rented, you know, this crazy little apartment, and people would come over and they go, "Really, you're living here?" It's like, "Yep. Well, I got a plan. I'm quitting my job, and I want to have enough money to, do my music and at least record a couple of albums and, get on the road and stuff like that." So that's what I did. I saved up a bunch of money for many, many years, and so I quit my job 9 years ago. It's gonna be 10 years next year. And when I quit, I thought, okay, this, you reach a certain age and you think, well, it's now or never, honey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna give this a go, and I made because me being a project manager, I made a 5-year plan, and I thought, okay, here's my money I've set aside for 5 years, and here's I studied at the Berklee School of Music, and I did everything that I thought I needed to do to at least feel like, okay, like I am a songwriter, because part of it was, okay, well, I knew how to manage projects, and I knew how to, code, make software on the computer and all that kind of stuff. But who the heck was I thinking I could quit my job and be a songwriter, Tim? Like, who the heck was I thinking that?
Hey, I love that, because I'm an entrepreneur in the same way, and I 3 years ago wasn't even looking for the opportunity that I have now with another company, and so I totally get that. And when you have the vision that no matter what the naysayers are doing and the people that don't believe in your dreams are telling you that you can't do this, and sometimes it unfortunately is friends and family, that that even pushes you a little bit further, because you've got the vision and they don't, and you're going to make it happen.
Well, you know what, Tim? You just tell me not to do something, and that's like a challenge.
And that's a challenge. Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? I've always used that as motivation. And, the fact that I'm, not a 20-year-old doing country music, and I'm a woman, a lot of people told me at the beginning, well, okay, well, good luck with that,
Yeah.
So I,
Now,
there you go.
Let me ask you this, and this is something that a lot of artists could take note of. Your last name is not Honey. You mentioned it a minute ago. You said something about "There you go, honey." Well, Honey is that your stage name? Did you pick that to put on your records and stuff like that, so you could become that person and it was easier to remember for folks and stuff like that?
It really is my last name.
It really is. Okay, because it said Francine.
It really is.
Okay, it said your maiden name. Oh, maiden name.
Well, that was my maiden name. Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went to school with my sweetheart, Mr. Honey, and I went to high school with him, and we met up at our high school reunion.
Nice.
There's a whole story there. And, so, because my husband left me when my kids were very young. Like, I think my daughter was 3. And you know something? It was August 2nd, 1992. So it's like 30 years ago.
Wow.
I'm aging myself for sure now.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, well,
so anyhow,
I didn't see it was
where was I going with all that?
Well, I didn't see
Honey is my real name.
Okay, I didn't see it was your maiden name was LeClaire, and I thought maybe you picked the Honey name for, and it sounds great. I mean, I love the Francine Honey. I thought, well, that's a unique name. But the reason I asked that like that is because, I told you off the air just a little bit ago, when I was doing FM radio 20 years ago, all of the DJs had a radio name, and so they go, what do you want your radio name to be? And I thought for a little while, and I was like, Tim Kelly sounds pretty cool on the radio. And so I've been Tim Kelly for at least 20 plus years. But, on social media, I'm that. But on Facebook, you have to be your real name with your driver's license and everything. They want to see it.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I just
true.
think that's interesting, though. I love your name. But, a lot of people pick stage names, when they're in the music business, and us DJs do the same thing. So, but Francine Honey, that's easy to remember. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. Ha, ha, ha,
Yes,
ha.
there you go. Very. And now we were talking a little bit, and you mentioned it too, that you have a hard time sleeping when you're not doing what you want to do and you got songs in your head. So we talk a lot about songwriting on this program because most of the artists that we play write their own material, and of course that is true of you. So you got songs in your head, and you got this dream of being a songwriter. Tell me a little bit about that process. Do you write on your own? Do you co-write with folks up there? Because I know Canada has a huge country music scene up there. Our artists mostly come from Texas and Canada to be on this program.
Well, isn't that interesting? Because I'm actually leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning in about 5 hours to head down to Texas.
Is that right?
Head down to Texas. Yes. So I started out writing on my own. Now I'm doing more co-writing, which I love. At first, I was, again, who am I to say that I'm a songwriter and ask somebody to write a song with me, So I am doing more co-writing now. I find that, like I said, I wake up with songs in my head in the middle of the night or in the morning. I think our brain is just so powerful that we do all kinds of processing while we're sleeping. So I do most of my writing in the morning because that's just when lyrics, music, whatever, melody comes out of me. It's more in the morning. So I make sure to dedicate time in the morning to write.
Okay. And now, when you do that, is that song got to be finished in a certain amount of time, or does it, part of it sit there for a little while, and you have maybe a lot of songs in the backlog that need to be finished? I've heard artists tell me they've held on to songs for maybe 10 years, and then they finally pulled that out and say it's time to record something on that.
Yes, and because I worked for the government for so many years and wasn't, I'd have like a song idea, a verse, chorus that would come out, and I would write that down, and I put, it would say finish later, it just stayed there. So that was part of the reason why I decided to do this full time, because I thought, I'm going to be dead, and there's going to be all these songs that say finish later on the bottom, Wow. Yeah. So when I quit my job, I pulled them all out, I cataloged them, and I had over 1,000 songs that had finished later on the bottom of them. And so I still have my binders that I kind of go through every once in a while. If I don't have a new song idea in my head, I'll go through and say, okay, well, what song wants to be finished today, but they normally, so for me, if I'm co-writing, it depends on the situation. So you asked, does it have to be done within a certain amount of time? Well, if I'm co-writing with someone, then sometimes we'll say, okay, let's try and get a song done, in the 6-hour session that we have.
Right.
Or let's try and get this song done in 3 hours, just as a fun challenge, But normally there's always some tweaking, editing that happens afterwards.
Right.
When I'm writing by myself, I find that the creative inspiration comes, and it's normally a verse and a chorus and maybe, something in the bridge or whatever. And then I find, if I start tweaking it too much, then it kind of loses its energy. And then I just have to set it aside, and I come back to it another day. But I normally have 4 or 5 songs that I'm working on at the same time.
That is awesome. Cindy is in our live chat room tonight, and she's a co-writer for a bunch of folks that have been hanging out in this radio station here the last few nights and the last few weeks, actually, because I'm playing some of their music that they've written and had other artists perform. So I just think that's a neat process, because they come to us from all over the country. They're all from, Cindy, I think, is from Florida. We've got Ron Madore. He's from South Carolina. We got David Wagner from Springfield, Missouri. And, they just all collaborate together, and they've never actually really met other than maybe doing FaceTime and things like that. And they make magic happen putting it together in a song. And it's just neat how they all work together like that. And then you got your Nashville people that do the writers' rounds in Nashville, and they're going there to do that specifically. So, they're like you said, maybe start to finish in a few hours and something like that, because it's all business when you're doing that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, Cindy, Ron, David, whoever else you mentioned there.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Jill Chase.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, Jill Chase. And it's just a really neat process to me. I do not have that talent for songwriting. I can do parody stuff all day long, but you got to put it out there first for me. And we thank you for doing that. Now, let me ask you this, Francine. Who did you listen to growing up that made you want to do country music for the rest of your life?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dolly Parton. She was a big one. The Judds, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up listening to country music. Hank Williams. There's just so many artists, and some folk like John Denver. But country just seems to be what comes out of me. You know, I do write some pop, and I think I wrote one rap song. It was really bad, so I, kind of stopped with that. But it was kind of fun, But certainly for country, Elvis is not really country, but I love Elvis Presley.
Yeah, he actually did some country stuff that did real well on country radio. We just saw that movie Elvis here just not too long ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's great. So
it's on my list. I can't wait to go see it.
If you haven't had a chance to go see it, it's one to definitely go see. And that's a really neat thing that you're into country music, because like I told you, up there in Canada is a huge market. Now tell me about some of the venues that maybe you've played at up there, and some of the cover songs that you like to do for those folks too.
I play at like festivals, I play at some festivals, but I'm not really like a touring artist. I'll do like little spurts kind of thing, As far as covers go, again, I play a lot of Winona. I'm trying to think of other, like Dolly, some of the people that I mentioned.
Yeah.
I love playing King of the Road, some of the old country
yeah,
stuff.
there you go. Roger Miller.
That's
the stuff my dad listened to that. I love that too.
Yeah, I love a lot of the old country. I also love, Chris Stapleton and Brandy Carlisle, and I guess she's more Americana, but I play a lot of that kind of stuff.
That is awesome. And I'm sure there's a ton of inspiration for you to write up there too in Ontario. Different things that are going up there. It's probably beautiful. I know you got some hard winters up there. I call them Canadian cold fronts when they come down here. We could use one right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about going down to Texas, actually. But, I grew up at the racetrack. My dad raced snowmobiles. So winter time with the snow, I just grew up with that. But I must admit, I'm kind of, this past winter, I really did not like the cold.
Yeah.
I find it's like, okay, I've had enough of winter. But it is absolutely beautiful, it really is beautiful. And when the snow is falling, just that slow snow, it's so quiet outside and just so peaceful.
Yeah.
So I find that nature in Canada our nature is beautiful. And in Ottawa, it's so green, and there's a lot of rivers, there's a lot of water. The Gatineau Hills are there, so I do quite a bit of hiking and bicycling and swimming and stuff like that. So I really do love Canada for its nature. Yeah.
That is awesome.
I do my recording down in Nashville, and
do you? Okay.
I write with a lot of people down in Texas. So,
Okay.
That's kind of.
Let's give a big shout out to that recording studio. Who do you use down there?
The recording studio is Skinny Elephant Recording Studios.
That's a unique name.
It is.
That's like Jumbo Shrimp.
Is.
That's like Jumbo Shrimp.
Yeah, exactly. And it's cool because he's got an elephant foot, as a lamp, and there's all kinds of stuff around the studio that's really cool. But the studio's run by Dylan Aldridge, and Nielsen Hubbard is my producer. He's produced the last 3 albums of mine, and I really, really love working with him and the gang down there in the studio. We record all of my music live off the floor, we're all together in a room, and we're making music. I really just love recording that way.
That is awesome. I love it. Well,
Yeah.
on a Friday night, on a New Music Friday that we have going on here tonight, it's One Big Party. Your song, One Big Party, we're getting ready to play it right now. Tell me about this one.
Well, this one was written during, kind of near the end of the, the pandemic, like last year.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it when I was thinking about my high school friends, and we were planning a get together. And of course, we'd have, like, up here in Canada, we've had quite a few lockdowns. I think more than probably what you guys have had down in the U.S.
Yeah.
And so, you would make plans, and then it would be, no, you can't go. So I was just thinking, man, oh man, when we actually get together, it's going to be one heck of a time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that was
do.
the inspiration for the song. Yeah, that was the inspiration for the song. It started out with, being one heck of a party, but not for heck. I don't know if I can say
Yeah.
HE double hockey 6 on the air.
You can.
Or not. Okay, so one's going to be one hell of a party.
That's all right.
But,
we don't want to lose our liquor license, but you can say that.
Okay, all right.
No, that's awesome.
So-
And my friends from Toronto, One Ugly Cowboy, we just wrapped up our 6th interview about a month ago, and they were the same way. And I've been watching a lot of stuff that's been going on in Canada, and you guys were shut down quite a while, and that's a shame, But
Yeah,
it's
I
for,
love One Ugly Cowboy.
yeah, it's for everybody's safety. Oh, aren't they great? I was the first radio DJ to play them on the radio ever, so they'll never forget that. I'll never forget it. We got quite a neat relationship, but and that's what started the Canadian music coming into me was those folks. So and it
Really, that's so wonderful. That's awesome.
it just continues. They kicked it off probably about, oh my gosh, I want to say 2014 we started playing them. So
Yeah.
8 years, and then here we are. And it's a big community in this indie community, but yet it's small at the same time. You guys, everybody knows everybody, it seems like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So and you got some great Canadian artists up there. Well, you're one of them, so let's play One Big Party, and if you can hang out for just a few more minutes, we'll talk some more. We got Francine Honey tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
It's been such a long time since I've seen those old friends of mine. Put an X on the wall, countdown is on, no one's getting left behind. It's gonna be one big party, hometown stomping ground, back together tight as ever. One big party, round the fire getting high, howling at the moon. It's gonna be one big miss, y'all, let's have a ball down home party. Don't it make you feel good when your friends are blowing up your phone? Say they can't wait to see ya, makes you glad to be ya. I'm so ready to go. It's gonna be one big party, hometown stomping ground, back together tight as ever. One big party, round the fire getting higher, howling at the moon. It's gonna be one big miss, y'all, let's have a ball down home party. Come on now. Raising cups to catching up with my true blue. We go way back crew. It's gonna be one big party, hometown stomping ground, back together tight as ever. One big party, round the fire getting high, howling at the moon. It's gonna be one big miss, y'all, let's have a ball down home party. One big miss you all,
Let's have a ball, full-blown down-home party. One big miss you all, let's have a ball, down-home party. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
Once again, her name is Francine Honey. That is called One Big Party, and that is a fantastic song. Yeah, right there, and got some piano action in there. I love that in a country music song, too.
Especially at the end, right? You have to wait for the piano player to do his thing.
That's right. I apologize. I didn't really wait, but that was great. I've kind of got my headphones around my neck now, so I can talk to you on the phone. So.
Oh, okay, I got it.
And but yeah.
Yeah, I have to mention I wrote that song with my friend Fabio in Grata.
Okay.
So we had a lot of fun writing that song together.
Awesome. Well, it's a fantastic song, and keep doing your thing, and get me another one here pretty soon, because I do a show on Thursday nights called Triple Play Thursday, so we can play 3 in a row from every artist on the show, and I'd love to have you on that program too.
Oh, awesome. Well, I will do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You betcha. And you know, I'm sure you see a lot of the talk and all of that, being a female artist, that they don't get enough airtime on the radio. Well, that's not true here, because I'll do triple plays for anybody, male, female, group, band, whatever.
Well, you know, country music's country music, right? Is kind of what I think. But, yeah.
Well, and you know, there's such a variety in you guys. Some might make a great song like that. It's really upbeat, great two-stepping song to get out on the dance floor, and then a ballad at the same time. And you get to hear all of that variety on Triple Play Thursday. So that's what I like about doing it.
Awesome.
What's your favorite kind of song as we speak about that? Fast, slow? You like a ballad, or you like a fast one?
It depends on my mood, honestly. If I'm cleaning the house, I got my playlist of, fast songs. And I think that songs just have this ability to change your mood and unlock maybe what's inside that needs to come out, right?
Oh, absolutely. And then when they stand the test of time and they become classics, and it's really cool as an independent artist when you're in front of folks and they know the words to your original songs, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. Or even hearing my songs on the radio still gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, it really, I don't think I'll ever tire of that, because I never ever thought in any universe that my songs would ever get on the radio anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just, talk about dreams coming true. I've reached so many things that I never even allowed myself to dream, because I just really, like, these songs just come from inside.
That is awesome. And that's why I love doing what we do here, because automatically you're going to get played on 13 stations now, other stations, because of being on this program tonight. So that's coming in this weekend and clear through next week. You'll be on 13 other radio stations just by being on here.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You're doing a really cool...
13 sets of goosebumps.
There you go, right? And this is always a hair-raising experience being on here. But you're doing
a wild ride.
There you go. You're doing a really cool thing with your next song called Girls Weekend. You're doing a music video giveaway. Tell us about that.
I am. So I am offering all of you gals out there a chance to be in the official music video for the Girls Weekend song. And all you have to do is send in a video or a picture of you and your girlfriends. You got to send it to me by Tuesday, September 6th. And if your submission gets picked to be in the video, then your name goes in the hat and you get a chance to win one night at a hotel for 4 of you. And not like, some cheesy motel by the side of the road, but a nice hotel. And a night for 4 of you and your gals to celebrate your friendship. And that's on me.
That is awesome. It's a Delta or a Marriott. So I've stayed in a Marriott before. That's all right.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I think again, another song that I wrote thinking about getting together with my girlfriends, because I know you guys have your, your hunting weekends and your fishing trips and all that kind of stuff. And us girls, we have our girl time too. So this song really celebrates getting together with your girlfriends. So
I love it.
I can't wait to see you and your girlfriends.
We have a ton of folks in our chat room, and most of them are females. They love this country music like no other, and you're going to be popping in here in just a little bit after the program, so we appreciate that. But tell us where they can go. I'm looking at your website to be part of this Girls Weekend music video giveaway.
Yeah, so if you go to my website, you'll get all the details on how to send me your video or your photo. So my website is FrancineHoney.com.
There you go.
I don't know. Yeah.
Real easy, ladies and gentlemen.
FrancineHoney.com.
Francine Honey, you are amazing, and thank you for all that you do for the world of country music. And, some artists like One Ugly Cowboy, I just told you I did our 6th interview. Don't be a stranger if you want to come back in a few months and push that new single that you're going to send me for Triple Play Thursday. Let's do this again.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I will do that, and I'm going to hang out in the chat as long as I can. I do have to get to bed in a little bit because I got to get my at least 3 hours sleep before I have to get into the airports and the 4 flights down to Texas.
Yep. Well, there you go. My next interview at the bottom of the hour is going to be Jessie Mape. She was in the movie Urban Cowboy back in 1980 with John Travolta and Deborah Winger. So that's going to be fun.
I love that movie.
Yeah, so stick around for at least 30 more minutes, or maybe an hour. It's going to be another 30-minute interview, but it's coming up here shortly. Francine Honey, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you very much, and keep making the country music, and we wish you all the success in the world. You're fantastic.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome. This is called Girls Weekend from Francine Honey on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I've got my margarita by the pool. I've got my chicas, we ain't got no rules. Nobody's asking us to do a thing. Crank up the music, wanna hear us sing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Too fast. Girls Weekend, it won't be the last. We are the queen bees, we bring the honey. Flying high, feeling spunky. All my sisters, my best friends. Nothing better than a girls' weekend. Yeah. We must have laughed 100 times today. Then tonight, no telling what we'll say. The drinks are flowing, but our lips are sealed. We're never gonna break our sister deal. Ooh, 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 ooh. Girls' Weekend goes by too fast. Girls' Weekend, it won't be the last. We are the queen bees, we bring the honey. Flying high, feeling spunky. Love my sisters, my best friends. One crazy picture at the very end. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey fellas, hey kids, don't worry, it's alright. We love you, but we just need to be with our sisters sometimes. We're gonna come back home. Yeah, we'll come back home. I think we'll come back home. Okay. Girls Weekend, all the girls Weekend. Girls Weekend, girls Weekend. Come on and see you with your sisters. Till next time, girls.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Picture you and me
middle of nowhere. Won't it feel so good to be wild and free? I just can't shake it. My hands are shaking. My heartbeat is racing. You got me going crazy. Let's get lost together forever and make history. Drop everything, let me take you on a country ride. So come on, baby. You can be my Bonnie Ride and Shotty, I'll be your Clyde. So hold on, baby. We'll run from town to town, line 'em up and shoot 'em down. Love it when you're smiling, singing whiskey bent and hellbound. When you look my way, I think about the rest of my life. Killing every minute with you, that's my kind of time. Still my heart, still a kiss, feel my love. Drunk on you, drunk on me, love this buzz. I never seen this coming until I saw you going. I gotta get to know you, you gotta let me show you the happiest ever after that ever was. Drop everything, let me take you on a country ride. So come on, baby. You can be my Bonnie Ride and Shotty, I'll be your Clyde. So hold on, baby. We'll run from town to town, line 'em up and shoot 'em down. Love it when you're smiling, singing whiskey bent and hellbound. When you look my way, I think about the rest of my life. Killing every minute with you, that's my kind of time. Drop everything, let me take you on a country ride. So come on, baby. You can be my Bonnie Ride and Shotty, I'll be your Clyde. So hold on, baby. We'll run from town to town, line 'em up and shoot 'em down. Love it when you're smiling, singing whiskey bent and hellbound. When you look my way, I think about the rest of my life. Killing every minute with you, that's my kind of time.
His name is Matt Tucker. That has a video to it. It is called My Kind of Time, but you can check out the video to My Kind of Time on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. I just wrapped up a great radio interview with Francine Honey. She's got a couple of videos she's going to send over for our TV channel as well, so I'll be looking forward to posting those. And that was a great radio interview, ladies and gentlemen. FrancineHoney.com. Check out that Girls Weekend Music video giveaway and get on there. And if you're a female and you got a group of female friends, you guys might want to try out for that. It sounds like a really, really fun time. Welcome to the second hour of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, is live on the air every Thursday and Friday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. We've got a great radio interview coming up at the bottom half of this hour with Miss Jessie Mapes, a country music artist and an actress in the movie Urban Cowboy back in 1980. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you probably better go back and look at it. I'm going to have to do that too. Absolutely love Urban Cowboy. Haven't seen that in a long time. This next artist is making her radio debut tonight on the program. I found her on TikTok. She is Ansley Davison. This is called Just Like July on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
We were fresh out of cap and gown, holding on to something tame. A million memories in this tall pine town. stones like we were kids. And we'd been there but never there before. I still hate you for that first kiss. Just like July, fire in our eyes, burning as hot as that midsummer night. Falling too fast, gone in a flash. Just like those fireworks we knew wouldn't last. Hell of a ride, boy, you and I. Just like July. My heart was tugging me to Tennessee, but yours was bound for Baton Rouge. We swore on promises we couldn't keep. And for a moment, me and you were just like July, fire in our eyes, burning as hot as that midsummer night. Falling too fast, gone in a flash. Just like those fireworks we knew wouldn't last. Hell of a ride, boy, you and I. Just like July. Do you still think about it? Like I still think about it? Does it come and go and race through your mind? Just like July, fire in our eyes, burning as hot as that midsummer night. Falling too fast, gone in a flash. Just like those fireworks we know wouldn't last. Hell of a ride, boy, you and I. Just like July. Hell of a ride, boy, you and I. Just like July.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it?
Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country.
New country.
New country.
New country.
Take your coat and grab your hat, I'll see you on down the line. Uncle Tito is on my mind and it makes me feel warm inside. Fire burning, feel the flame, and coffee is on the brew. My friends and family, I'm sitting here thinking of you. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream. I'm told, but they won't get the best of me. 'Cause I've been burning, I lost everything a time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. Money's tight and they got the right to take everything but my shoes. The car knows late and I may break the bank if I can't pull through. Pending unsaid miracles or an act from God above, I'll be hitting the road come May or June and I'm walking home in my shoes. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream. I'm told, but they won't get the best of me. 'Cause I've been burned and I lost everything a time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. blues, but I can't lose with the grace that's been given to me. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told, but they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything a time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been a long road, chasing that neon green pie dream, I'm told, but they won't get the best of me, 'cause I've been burned and I lost everything a time or two. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been a long road getting back home to you. It's been a long road getting back home to you.
His name is Luke Daniel. That is called Long Road, and I love that song, and thank you for sending it, Luke Daniel. Send some more. We'll play those as well. He's going to try to get on Triple Play Thursday pretty soon, too. Miss Francine Honey is hanging out with us in our live chat room. She's got a long road ahead of her, and she's in here. How about that? I love that support, and she's on her way to Texas. I didn't ask where she's going in Texas tomorrow, but I'm going to send this next song out to her, because this next young lady has a great video that we just put on our TV channel to this one. Her name is Jenna Paulette. She is from the state of Texas, and this song is entitled El Paso on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
I bet you out there checking fences, bringing all the mail in, 2 fingers of bourbon waiting for me to check in. And when you go to sleep in our bed, I hope you know you're in my head, pulling me a little closer, your lips kissing my shoulder. You're promising you'll hold me and love me when I'm old me, but not a damn thing would change, even when I fly away. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as the Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso. I lost track of all the miles, sleeping in between the cities, but I can't forget your smile, 'cause I got your picture with me. So even in this hotel bed, you're the only thing in my head. When I'm under bright lights, it almost gets me too high. But baby, every word I sing about you, every word's the whole damn truth. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as the Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso. When I'm under bright lights, it almost gets me too high. But baby, every word I sing about you, every word's the whole damn truth. You got both feet on the ground, I'm on the moon up so high, shining down on a different town, just dreaming as big as the Texas sky. But now I'm missing home while I'm out here on the road. Ooh, yeah. You got away with that last soul, pulling me back to El Paso.
Number 1 for today's country. New music discovery. Now.
life I didn't plan to take. Wrong fight, wrong time. Should've never crossed that line. No one who messes with my kin will ever get that chance again. Left me no choice, I'm stepping in. Should've known how this would end. Doing dirty and you deal with me. Don't ever question my loyalty. Doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I'm the smoking gun. Karma goes by another name. Won't turn a cheek, look the other way. When revenge needs getting done, locked and loaded, I'm the smoking gun. Smoking gun. Should've heeded the warning. The reputation you've been ignoring. No sweat, no regret. You brought it all on yourself. We don't give no second chances in these type of circumstances. Every action has a consequence. You made your bed and now sleeping in. Doing dirty and you deal with me. Don't ever question my loyalty. Doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I'm the smoking gun. Karma goes by another name. Won't turn a cheek, look the other way. When revenge needs getting done, locked and loaded, I'm the smoking gun. Smoking gun. If you're looking for redemption, I ain't the answer to your prayer. There's a new sun rising, but you won't be there. Hey, yeah. I'm a smoking gun.
His name is Michael Lusk. That great song was written by Jill Chase, Ron Madore, Cindy Rogue, hanging out in our live chat room tonight. Great stuff, man. And they were the ones I was talking about in the radio interview with Francine that all collaborate and write this magic, man. I'll tell you what. And then we play it on the radio. They were awesome last night. They were really excited, too, because we did Triple Play Thursday. Not only did we play 3 of their co-writes, but we played 4 that Cindy had been a part of. And so we're glad to do that for you folks. That is a great, great song right there. Awesome. Well, this next song is awesome as well. It's got a video attached to it. His name is Liam Coleman, and it is called Vintage on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
That championship sweatshirt from 1993. The logo is fading out, and there's stains on the sleeve. Or that old truck that's parked out there tonight is all rusted out, and it ain't no good to drive. Grandpa used to let me play them models. Dylan, Hank, and Cash is just my style. I still play that guitar that my daddy gave me. He bought bought it back in high school. It was mine when I turned 16. You may think I'm old-fashioned, but vintage is cool to me. Wade Boggs baseball card from back in '88. Drinking Coca-Cola, playing Pac-Man at the arcade. I got dusty comic books sitting on the shelf next to my old radio. Things you know I'll never sell. Grandpa used to play them Beatles. Dylan, Hank, and Cash is just my style. I still play that guitar that my daddy gave to me. He bought it back in high school. It was mine when I turned 16. You may think I'm old-fashioned, but vintage is cool too. Grandpa used to play them Beatles. Dylan, Hank, and Cash, just my style. And I still play that guitar that my daddy gave to me. He bought it back in high school. It was mine when I turned 16. You may think I'm old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned, but vintage is cool to me.
Once again, his name is Liam Coleman. You can check out the video to Vintage on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. We've got another great radio interview right now. Her name is Jessie Mapes, and she played Jessie in the movie Urban Cowboy. We'll talk about all of that and a whole lot more and play some of her country music as well. But first of all, how are you tonight, my friend?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm doing great. Glad to have you. It's Country Music Artist Night for Women. We had Francine Honey from Ontario or Ottawa, Canada, just a minute ago, and now we have you from the state of Texas. That's where she's heading tomorrow. She's going to Lubbock from Canada tomorrow.
Oh, she's not going to like it down here because it's hot.
I know, right? It's hot here in Branson too. It won't get out of the 90s. I'm telling you.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
She has a beautiful voice, so.
Yeah, she does. And we call the station New Country's Best. That's our Twitter account, and that's what we play is the good stuff, cream of the crop.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
All of us out here in Indie land appreciate you.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate you guys too. Now, I know we've been Facebook friends for a time, but you never sent me any music till about a month or two ago, and I don't know why, because you're really, really good. So don't be scared, everybody. If you're out there, hit me up. And if you think you can make the cut and get on this program, to give it a shot. IndieCountryRadio@yahoo.com is the email address. And do like Francine did and Jessie did and send your music out there. Because I love to play female artists too, unlike a lot of other radio stations. But I do it for sure.
And we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, tell us about how you kind of got started in country music. Was it because of the movie Urban Cowboy, or was you kind of liking country music even before that happened back in 1980, I believe it was?
I've been singing since I was probably 3 or 4 years old. Of course, a lot of us start out in church, and then choir in school. But I used to go to a lot of the old clubs around Houston and do their open mic nights. The Winchester Club, Silver Dollar Saloon, and of course Gillies, and just got to hang out with some really awesome entertainers in the mix of it. And so I've always sang.
Yeah.
And I really didn't get into doing my own stuff until about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Now, when you rode that mechanical bull inside of Gillies, did your voice get higher after you got done, or what?
That's only for you men.
Oh, that's how okay, I got you. That's right. I should have known that.
We have an advantage.
I rode a horse out in front of Walmart. I used to have to put a quarter in it every now and then because it got tired or something. I don't know what the deal was. But what was that experience like, man? Being part of all of that, you know. And Mickey Gilley was here in Branson. I think he passed away here probably about a month ago now, or longer. But sure miss him here in Branson. What a great gentleman, and many of the friends that I have were friends of his, and he was a very big inspiration in a lot of their careers here, these local entertainers in Branson.
Yeah, Mickey was very, very enthusiastic with any young artist or anybody that wanted to get into music. You know, he was always encouraging. If you went to Branson and you watched his show and he knew you were in the audience, you were probably going to go back to his dressing room and have a shot of Crown with him after the show.
Uh-huh.
So he's a very dear friend. It broke my heart when he passed away. I was doing a gospel show. I was actually singing in League City at a gospel show, and my phone started blowing up, and finished the song, and I knew something was wrong because, you know, people just don't blow up your phone over and over and over again unless something's going on.
Right.
And as soon as I saw the message, we stopped and we said a prayer for Mickey and for Cindy and the whole family.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So,
you know, he was such a great entertainer, and you know, I was just telling Francine, you know, when your music gets out there enough and enough radio stations give it airplay, pretty soon 1 or 2 songs make it and hit, and then it becomes classics. And we still listen to Mickey Gilley all the time on some local radio stations here in Branson and Springfield, Missouri. One called Real Country in Springfield's playing him all the time. So love it.
Yeah, his music will never get old for me.
No.
And he was such a great entertainer and such a people person.
Yep. And friends with Johnny Lee, another great artist, for about 40 plus years before he passed away. And I love Johnny Lee's music too in that movie.
True that. And Johnny's still got a great voice. You know, he toured with Mickey for so many years. I know his heart's breaking, but he keeps going on because Mickey would want the show to go on. So,
yeah. So how did the movie Urban Cowboy come about for you? Did you audition for it? Were you friends with any of the cast members before that happened? How did that kind of happen for you?
The original story was written by Aaron Latham with Esquire magazine. He also just passed away recently. But he came down from New York to do a story about the world's largest nightclub. Ended up hanging out by the Bull where the rest of us always hung out. You know, that was our every night thing, was hang out by the Bull.
Uh-huh.
And he started talking to a lot of us, and he found out that the Bull was the center of a love story and a divorce.
Wow.
So the original story was about my best friend, her ex-husband, myself, my dad, and a lot of the regulars around Gillies.
Uh-huh.
So Jim Bridges and Aaron Latham collaborated to do a screenplay, and when they came down, they were trying to figure out who's going to play who and do this and do that. And John Travolta had already been in the club several times. And when they started trying to figure out who was going to play Sissy's best friend in the movie, John's like, well, Jesse's going to play herself because nobody can play her but her.
Mm-hmm.
So I played myself in the movie.
Yeah. Now, had you had acting classes or taken acting classes prior to that or anything?
Oh, no.
No. Wow.
Oh, no. And then they handed me a script, and I looked at that, and I'm like, you want me to do what? So we had a discussion, and every one of my lines in the movie was ad-libbed.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. I got to go back and watch it now. I should have watched it before this interview tonight. I have been so busy running TV and radio. So, yeah, and a full-time job. And you have a full-time job, and you guys live on a big farm, too, down there in Texas, you and your husband. So
we do.
I've been seeing that on social media a lot. You got horses down there. You got a swimming pool to cool off in, which is really nice. I like the looks of that.
Yeah, that's a must down here. Especially
Absolutely.
We've had 100+ degree days every day for the last month.
Yep. So yeah, that's definitely a neat life. It says in your bio that I'm looking off of Reverb Nation. You get to work in the city, but you get to come home to the country. That's a good deal right there.
True that.
Yeah, love it. Talking about that mechanical bull we were talking about a little bit ago, I'm looking at the bio again, and it even had a name. They called that bull El Toro. Do you know the story behind how that happened?
Gator Conley and my dad, Steve Strange, got together, and that's just what they decided to call it, El Toro, the bull.
El Toro.
So,
I love it.
Of course, we called it. There were other things we called it.
on the way down.
Well, no, he had a nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I can tell you the nickname. It's just a kid-friendly show.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, but. Oh, that's awesome.
Off the air, I'll tell you the nickname.
There you go. Yeah, you're on 200 acres, 60 miles west of Houston, and you raise quarter horses and Angus cattle. So your husband's a hard worker too, isn't he?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
You're looking at an old bio.
Well, you're talking to an old DJ too, so there you go.
We sold the ranch. We downsized.
Oh, okay.
And moved. We're outside of Victoria in a little town called Yorktown. Between Victoria and San Antonio and Corpus. We're about an hour and a half from each.
Okay.
We still raise quarter horses. We still run quarter. We race them. We've got a filly that's doing really, really well at the track right now. We still raise cattle. I've got about 50 to 100 chickens running around.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's awesome. And
still have the country life.
Yep.
Kind of semi-retired.
It's a lot of work in this heat too, to keep those animals alive. I've been seeing on the national news a lot of livestock dying, and it's not just cattle, but it's chickens and ducks and things like that. They all wear fur or coats of some sort, and it's a hard thing in this heat. I've got a friend of mine in Oregon. She was just wetting her chickens all down the other night, to keep them cool and everything. So it's, even if you got a small place, it's still work.
It is, but we love it, my husband, when we sold the ranch, he wanted to move into Victoria and live on the golf course. He was a golf course superintendent for, years and years and years. So that's what he wanted to do. I'm like, no, I'm not living in the city. So we found this place out here, and it's very peaceful and quiet, and I can do what I want to with my animals. And
I love it. Let's talk some more about country music now. We talked a lot about Mickey Gilley, and a lot of people consider him, and I'm one of them, a classic country music artist. But back in the day when you were getting ready to or listening to a lot of country music, who did you listen to on the radio? And we might hear some different names.
Oh, mine was Loretta Lynn and Porter Wagner, Ernest Tubb, and people like that. That's who I listen to and who I still enjoy listening to.
I do too.
The classic country.
Yep, absolutely. And I think they figured out that they're going to be able to keep Ernest Tubbs' record shop open in Nashville. There was a lot of talk about it closing down, but I think somebody is going to take that over and keep it open. So that's good to see. Boy, I still love buying vinyl records, don't you?
I've got quite a few, and I've got a record player. I just don't have the time to listen to them. And it's like having having CDs. The new cars don't even have CD players any longer.
Nope. I bought a 2020 and it doesn't have a CD player. It's all MP3. You plug and go or sync it with your Bluetooth and that kind of thing now. So
that's it. It. But I'm glad to see Ernest Tubbs is going to stay open. I was blessed to have been able to sing there in the early 90s. So
yeah. Country music scene huge in Texas. I was just talking to Francine before you tonight from Canada. That's the two biggest places I get my music sent to me from, usually, is Texas and Canada. Tell us about the country music scene there and some of the places that maybe you've been able to perform at.
Country music in Texas obviously is huge, and so anywhere you go on a Friday or Saturday night, you can find live country music. Austin is really blown up as far as the live country music scene. Corpus Christi has Brewster Street Crossing that has, every Friday or Saturday night. Dallas, obviously they have the Stockyards and Billy Bob's, and there's a club in Denison, Texas that's called Jake's Place. It's really, really, it's an old club. Reba McEntire used to go in there and sing when nobody knew who she was. So it's just, anywhere you go in Texas on a Friday or Saturday night, you're going to find music somewhere. We'll be playing. I've got a friend of mine, that JD Puente, that plays acoustic guitar for me. So we do an acoustic set, 3 hours, 2 to 3 hours on a Friday and Saturday night, and we'll be anywhere as close as 5 minutes from home up to 3.5 hours from home.
Wow. That's awesome. Now, I want to ask you this, too. I'm in Branson, Missouri, and I've been here for a while, and I've done this program now for about the last 10 years, and I don't really know the connection of how Mickey Gilley got to here to Branson, and I don't know if you've ever been up here to Branson and went to his theater or been inside it. Now, I have, and he's leased it out to some other folks that my brother even did some work for, doing their rack cards, what they call those flyers that they put all over town and in restaurants and hotels and different things like that. But I'm not sure of how Mickey Gilley ended up here in Branson and opened up a theater here. I know Roy Clark had one back in the day, and Glenn Campbell and Mel Tillis used to hang out here all the time. Do you know anything about how Mickey Gilley got to Branson?
I believe it's because he knew Roy and Mel Tillis, and he saw a vision. He was such a good businessman.
Yeah.
So he saw an opportunity and he took it. And as far as the answer to whether or not I've been to Branson, we've been up there several different times, and it was always to go up and visit Mickey and Cindy. Norm Carlson was Mickey's sax player, and Norm and his wife Sue are very dear friends of ours, and so we know a lot of the guys in the band, and Johnny Lee and Georgina Holiday. If you ever get to go see her show, that woman's amazing.
Yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook too. I need to go see her.
Oh my gosh, she has got such a beautiful voice.
Wow. Yeah, we just recently became Facebook friends. So yeah, there's some great entertainment here in Branson. They call it the live entertainment capital of the world, and I don't know if you know this, Jesse, but Branson has more theater seats on the 76th Strip than they have on Broadway in New York City.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
We've been to Mickey's Theater, and then we went and watched Clay Cooper, which was a really good show.
Yep, it is too. Yeah, it used to be in our timeshare presentation. I did that for a while, and I'm sorry to those people, but I apologize. But yeah, that was in our presentation, because they're trying to sell you on Branson, and I did not know that. There's 56,000 theater seats in Branson, Missouri, and there's only like 48,000 on Broadway in New York City.
Wow.
So there's a lot of places to play here, and that's our goal. Me and my vice president, Don Swartz, he said to tell you hi, by the way. He's in College Grove, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. We want to do this 2-day festival for Branson and call it Indie Country Fest and bring a bunch of artists.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, bring a bunch of artists for a 2-day music festival. And I really like the theme park, Silver Dollar City. So if any of those folks that are listening to this program have ties to that place, and I'm friends with a few of them, and we're going to be reaching out, but they've got everything already set up. My grandpa used to take us there when we were kids, and they've got the funnel cakes, the barbecue, the country music, the bluegrass, the whole 9 yards, and places to play within that park. And I think everybody would have a really, really good time there.
We were there in November last year.
Really? Oh man, I was working there up until October of last year. I do security for my full-time job, and they put metal detectors in there a couple of years ago, and I was watching those all day long.
Yeah. No, we Gator Conley was up there, Norman Tucker was up there. We all just went up there to see Mickey and have lunch with him and see the show. We were there about 4 or 5 days.
That's awesome. I love that place out there, and we've had season passes for the last couple of years, and and the pandemic shut us down, so they let us roll those over to the next year. So we did that, and just always a good time out there. And then you feel like that way you don't have to do everything in one day. You can just take your time and look at all the stuff and smell everything and taste everything. It's just a great place.
I wanted to see the lights. That was the main reason we went when we did, because we wanted to see the lights.
Oh, Christmas time. Yeah, they light it up. They are putting those lights up right now in this heat. Can you believe it? They started in July.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they started in July to have that thing lit up for December.
That's crazy.
Quite a deal. Well, we want to play.
Yeah, Mickey was complaining about that, telling us that, the theater, to have a show at Christmas, you had to have your lights up by a certain time. And he's like, it's not even Christmas time yet.
Yep. Yeah, they do Christmas in July out there as far as putting those lights up. I've watched that process. It is something else, I'll tell you. And they take them down every year, too, same way. And it's quite a deal.
A lot of work.
Yep, a lot of work. Well, your music, you're fantastic. We want to play a couple of songs for you tonight from you. Your husband's favorite's the one we're going to play first. It's called Lonely. Tell us about it.
I was probably 20 years old when I wrote that song.
Wow.
And in between the time we were filming Urban Cowboy, and I just got it in my head to write a song.
Uh-huh.
And it's been stuck in my head ever since. And then when I decided to do this album, that was one of the songs. That and Cheating Heart and Country Girl all got written at the same time. Mm-hmm. And they've been with me ever since.
That's awesome. I was telling Francine, same thing. Some of those songs, they're on the back burner for a long time, aren't they? And then all of a sudden it comes to the front, and you're like, okay, I never did finish this one. I need to finally get it recorded and put it out there. And that's just a songwriter's life, isn't it? It
is, but and you wake up with an idea in your head, and you go write the idea down, and then you go back to it later, and then that's basically what happened with Lonely.
Yeah.
It just woke up one night thinking, and I wrote it.
That's awesome. Now, when you jump into the recording studio, which recording studio do you use? Are you in Texas? You go to Nashville? Tell us that too.
No, it's Texas, Cottage Woods Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Thomas is a dear friend and amazing musician. His wife plays fiddle, so Brian's doing the steel and banjo on my album. His wife is doing all the fiddle work.
Yeah, I love it.
My friend Wayne Animal Turner did the acoustic, lead guitar, and vocals.
That's awesome. Alabama says if you gonna play in Texas, you got to have a fiddle in the band, don't they?
There you go.
Absolutely. Let's play Lonely from Jesse Mapes on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday, and we'll come back and talk some more in just a moment.
I was so careless, I left you alone. I was running the streets and carrying on. You were so patient, never said a word. You hid all the tears and buried your hurt. I was a fool, I never figured it out till I came home to an empty house. I didn't know it was as lonely alone. Didn't know the nights could be so long when someone you love so badly is gone. Baby, please don't go. I didn't know it was this lonely alone. It's forever since sundown, forever till dawn. As I lie here thinking, I'm hating myself. It's hit me hard, how you must have felt. I'm sorry I hurt you, I'm sorry I lied. I'd give anything to hold you tonight. I didn't know it was this lonely alone. Didn't know the nights could be so long when someone you love so badly is gone. Baby, please don't go. I didn't know it was this lonely alone. Baby, please don't go. I didn't know it was this lonely alone. Baby, please don't go.
That is Jesse Mapes. That is called Lonely, and what a great song. And boy, traditional country music, you make it, my friend. Absolutely. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You said that was on your bucket list. You was telling me off the air to record that album. You didn't care if you made big money doing it or whatever, or selling a lot of records. You just wanted to do that. And boy, that's another example of how music comes from the heart, but your goal is to touch other people with it, isn't it?
True. That is true.
Yeah.
If it makes me happy and it makes somebody else happy, then let's go with it.
Yeah.
And this day and age, you can have all these CDs made and you can put it out there all over the air. I actually got a whole $24 from for the past year for all the times those songs have been played, because you don't get anything on them anymore.
No, I see that all the time from artists posting those big checks, of a few dollars and very little cents, to do that and the royalties. It's just a shame, but you do it for the love of music, and that's why I do this radio program. It's for the love of the music and to try to help the indie artists get discovered, because there is so much talent out there, and I've been doing this for 10 years, and I'm still blown away by how much is out there that's not yet discovered. And you don't see every bit of it when you watch shows like America's Got Talent or NBC's The Voice and some of that stuff. They kind of have a story to tell, and it's all made for TV. There's ones that don't make the cut that I wish they would, and so what we do is we still play their great original music, even though they might not win that talent competition. They still have a lot of great original music, and some since have got signed to big labels. Jake Worthington has gotten signed. Cody Johnson, down there from Texas where you're at.
We know Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
Matter of fact,
yeah.
Very first time I ever went into a recording studio was at Jake's grandfather's.
Is that
studio.
right? Yeah, he's an awesome young man from LaPorte, Texas, and I interviewed him, and his dog's in there, and it starts barking in the background. He goes, "That's country, brother. That's real." And then he did a show up here in Springfield, Missouri, a couple of years ago, and we met him in person, and he is just a super, super nice young man.
He is very down to earth.
Yep. Jake Worthington. You got Josh Ward down there from Montgomery, Texas. We know him quite well. And John Wolf, and just a bunch of talent down there.
Who was it we had at Schrader Hall not too long ago?
Jake Worthington?
No, not Schrader. I did that when I did Crossroads Opry. There was a young John Wayne Schultz.
Okay.
Very, very nice young man. He was on The Voice.
I gotta look him up. I don't have any of his music.
He was on.
You need it.
He was awesome entertainer. Very down to earth, and he's one of our veterans.
Well, there you go. Now I got to look him up for sure.
He's out of Karn City, Texas.
You probably know this too about Branson, Jesse, since you've been here a lot, but they love the veterans here in Branson. About every show you go to, they will have every branch of the military and armed forces stand up and give those guys applause for their service, and I love that about Branson.
Yes. And we try to do the same thing down here.
Yeah. I had a guy hit me up at my other job, and he came into the place where I work, and he was trying to promote some music that they were putting together for this thing called Veterans of the Ozarks. And I had such a great discussion with him, and we really hit it off that I took him on as a sponsor, and he's on our website now. So you can click that Veterans of the Ozarks tab, and it goes right to them. And so, yeah, we try to help those folks out as well. They're the reason you guys can make the country music that you make, and we can play it on the radios because of what they did in serving this country.
True that.
Yeah.
The new songs, my gospel songs actually were written because I lost my son to PTSD. He was one of our 22-a-day veterans, and we lost him 5 years ago. And he was one of my biggest fans. And because of him, I'm in the church that I'm in now, and he's the reason I wrote the gospel songs.
Yeah, I didn't bring that up, but I do remember now that you said that. I was watching you on an interview. I was telling you on YouTube from Carolyn's Corner that you did with her. I watched that whole thing, and I remember you telling that whole story. And that's sad that happens, and it's happened to my friend too. And his son did the same thing. Took his own life and was a veteran serving this country and 39 years old. So, yeah.
And Sean would have been 39 this year.
Yeah, wow, that is a shame. But we do appreciate what they do for fighting for us and for our freedoms over here that we can enjoy. We sure do. Well, it has sure been great talking to you tonight. I appreciate your time, and it's really neat when you go grab your husband. I don't think people heard it off the air, but you went and grabbed him because Lonely was his favorite song, and I can hear it playing in the background, and you're like, wow, this sounds really good. And this format does sound really good. The audio quality is quite good, so we've stayed with it, and I love it. But thank you for doing this. We sure appreciate it.
Well, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me. And if anybody wants to check out my fan page, it's Jessie Mates. And hit me up on Messenger, and I'm always there to sign autographs or send out autograph pictures. Because if it wasn't for our fans, Urban Cowboy wouldn't still be around. And like Mickey and Johnny always said, if it wasn't for the fans, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I got one more.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Yeah, I got one more quick question for you. What kind of a fellow was John Travolta like? Now, I remember watching him in Grease, and even back then on what was it, Gabe Kaplan and that show, Welcome Back, Kotter. I remember seeing him on there. What kind of fellow was he like?
He was so much fun to be around. He just wanted to be part of the gang.
Yeah.
From the time he set foot on set until the time we stopped, he was always having a good time. And then after we get through shooting, he'd come grab us. We'd go to lunch. We'd go have a party. We'd go have a beer. It took me flying for my 21st birthday.
Wow.
So yeah, he was just a really, really great guy. And then the chemistry with Deborah Winger, she and I were it was like we were best friends.
Uh-huh. That is awesome.
So we hung out together the whole time.
Yeah, I've saw interviews that he's done with Oprah Winfrey in the past, and he loves to fly. He's got his own jet airplane and everything, so that's pretty awesome.
Yes, he's got his own runway going to his house.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey, great interview. I appreciate all of that, and your music is top-notch. We're going to keep playing it, and thanks for sending it over finally. We've been friends for a little while, and I'm glad you reached out to me.
Oh, you're welcome, Tim. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Don't be a stranger. You want to come back in a couple of months, or my morning shows?
Sure.
Yeah,
anytime.
I'm going to start doing mornings. I'm going to start doing mornings September the 1st. So, if you got a day off or 3 hours, that you don't have anything to do, or lunchtime or something like that, we'll get together and do this again. It'll be fun.
That'll be wonderful. Just give me a shout and we'll do it.
Absolutely. Tell your husband we said hello. I'm probably doing that right now. He's probably still sitting right next to you. You guys are fantastic, and stay cool in Texas, all right? Or try to.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Have a blessed weekend.
You're welcome. This is Jesse Mapes one more time. It is called Even My Guitar on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm just sitting here in this lonely house with pictures on the wall. Each time I look at you, another teardrop falls. It's just a sad reminder of all the pain you caused. Even my guitar don't love you anymore. It seems like only yesterday we were the perfect pair, but then I turned around and you're no longer there. If I could see the future, maybe I could change the past. Even my guitar says you can kiss my holding my old friend. He seems so far away, just like you and me. The distance grows each day. If I could see the future, these memories could last. Even my guitar can't hide from your past. When I turn back the hands of time, the mistakes I made were clear. If you would only come to me, I'd reverse them all, my dear. Just tell me what I need to do, make this all seem right. Even my guitar don't want to sleep at night. Even my guitar don't want you anymore.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Lost that photograph of me and you. Borrowed car keys, playlist, that's all we knew. Drive for hours going nowhere and everywhere with you. I'm lost in that diesel smoke daydream. If I could drive my car back to where and when radio turned up past 10, when we were loud at 17. Stop time, rewind, play back those hours with you. Somehow my world is stuck in the rear view, singing along to songs I'll never forget. 17. Used to jump queues and now just stand in line. Double denim Converse, yeah, it feels so right. Holding hands with my man, our street life first kiss. Scroll back through the media mayhem, repost that picture of us back then, when we were loud.
Another great female artist. Her name is Becky Lawrence. That is called Loud and 17. Welcome to the third hour of Today's Country with yours truly, Tim Kelly, hosting the show. We just wrapped up another great radio interview with Jessie Mapes. She was Jessie in the movie Urban Cowboy back in 1980. So if you haven't seen it lately, go back and see it again. It is a fantastic movie, and we just relived our childhood. I'm telling you, it was great. So be sure to replay this interview as well. And you can also hear the replay on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. And this will go out to 13 other radio stations and get replayed this coming week. This next artist is Joe Peters. Video to this one on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. It is called I've Seen Me Do It. It's on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
Well, alright, go on and go. This ain't our first rodeo. Ain't gonna tell me I told me so. Oh, but honey, I knew. Well, square one and dust off my boots. Won't be so bad getting over you. 'Cause this time around I know what to do. Yes, I'll get right to it. And I leave my truck here and climb in a cab and go run up one hell of a town. Whiskey no mixer, won't need the rocks. Drop a pocket full of quarters in that old jukebox. Sit there and wonder where it all went wrong. Baby, by the time they kick the lights back on, I'll be alright. Honey, I'll get through it. Ooh, I've seen me do it. I'll wake up in the same shirt. My heart will feel better. My head's gonna hurt. It's a foolproof plan, guaranteed to work. Yes, I've already proven. And I leave my truck here and climb in a cab and go run up one hell of a town. Whiskey no mixer, won't need the rocks. Drop a pocket full of quarters in that old jukebox. Sit there and wonder where it all went wrong. Baby, by the time they kick the lights back on, I'll be alright. Honey, I'll get through it. Ooh, I've seen me do it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, honey, I know what to do. I leave my truck here, climb in a cab and go run up one hell of a town. Whiskey no mixer, won't need the rocks. Drop a pocket full.
Had enough of your place of minds. Hey girl, half drunk pickup lines. Same old small talk, last call rounds. Been there too many times. Some studio apartment, just a cab ride down the road. Ain't as far as I wanna go. So if you wanna take me home, then take me home to meet your mama. Show me where you grew up. If more than tonight is what you want, I need to know where you're coming from. 'Cause I'm more than a stamp on my left hand.
Hey girl, half drunk pickup lines. Same old small talk, last call rounds. Been there too many times.
Her name is Lexi Hayden. She was an intern for another radio host that's pretty popular besides me, but there you go. And that is a great song called Take Me Home. Video to that one is on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, I found this next gentleman on that great little app called TikTok. His name is Marty Hetton. This is called A Little Less Lonely on Today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I'm only half past heartache, and it's almost closing time. Just like that clock on the wall, you're still hanging on my mind. Every sip feels like one more step, a little farther down that line. I'm a little less lonely, a lighter shade of blue. I'm climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Pour me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight. When this glass is empty, maybe I'll be able to smile. Even two-step with a stranger, forget about you for a while. It's a long, hard road, and I'm moving real slow, but at least for a few more miles, I'll be a little less lonely, a lighter shade of blue. I'm climbing and stumbling, trying to get over you. Order me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight. Pour me one more round of a double shot of Crown, 'cause I'm drowning her goodbye. I'm a little less lonely, if only for tonight.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's Country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music. I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country.
New country.
New country.
Those big brown eyes, though they melt me like butter. I'd love to look closer, Lord, there's gotta be a way. You were the one from the moment I saw you, and it might take some patience, but I'll have you someday. Hey there, baby. Guess you probably figured you're a good ways out of my league. But just maybe you could use a little country, 'cause there ain't much city in me. You got me tongue-tied and tripping. Yeah, this Copenhagen dipping, spitting, pickup truck and regular guy. Yeah, you're a fine wine sipping, sophisticated vixen. Listen, girl, tell me what can I do? I knew when I looked into those big brown eyes, they melt me like butter. I'd love to look closer, Lord, there's gotta be a way. You were the one from the moment I saw you, and it might take some patience, but I'll have you someday. I'm here to tell you, you'd rock a pair of Justins. I seen it in all of my dreams. And I bet you never slid on over to the middle with the force between your knees. You got me tongue-tied and tripping. Yeah, this Copenhagen dipping, spitting, pickup trucking, regular guy. Yeah, you're a fine wine sipping, sophisticated vixen. Listen, girl, tell me what can I do? I'm through when I look into those big brown eyes. They melt me like butter. I'd love to look closer, Lord, there's gotta be a way. You were the one from the moment I saw you, and it might take some patience, but I'll have you someday. Let's take a ride out the city, get your kitty in that F-150. All I need's a shady tree, I guarantee I'll have you hooked on me some itsy-bitsy, kissy-kissy. Lord have mercy, please, those big brown eyes, they melt me like butter. I'd love to look closer, Lord, there's gotta be a way. You were the one from the moment I saw you, and it might take some patience, but I'll have you someday. Those big brown eyes, they melt me like butter. I'd love to look closer, Lord, there's gotta be a way. You were the one from the moment I saw you, and it might take some patience, but I'll have you someday.
Making his radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio, his name is Brian Dean Moore. That is called I'll Have You Someday. I like that song. That is a great song on a New Music Friday. Absolutely. Well, this next song will definitely get you ready for the weekend. That's the title of it. It is the latest single from Darren Morris and the Darren Morris Band, my good buddy from Gilmer, Texas. On today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on New Music Friday.
It might be a Friday, Saturday or Sunday. It's finally time for us to all unwind. Knock the workday off your boots, turn one up and just let loose. Lift those long necks to the sky. We've been waiting for the weekend. Tonight let's jump into the deep end. Find a place with a party crowd, crank that country music loud. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend. Fire it up and start the show. Rockin' country's how we roll. Underneath these Lone Star neon lights. We've been waiting for the weekend. Tonight let's jump into the deep end. Find a place with a party crowd, crank that country music loud. We'll burn our candles from both ends. We've been waiting for the weekend. Come on.
country sounds like this.
I'd rather drink a hot beer, build a fire in the pouring rain, burn all of my fishing gear, then set sail in a hurricane.
And this.
I don't wanna be a good time girl, arm around my shoulder, shutting down your favorite bar.
And this.
99 Halo couldn't take you away.
You're listening to the best in new country music on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Didn't take too many words to say I blew it. Left hand turn with a left hand bird. She let me know I knew it, that she was gone, sweet gone. Yeah, I thought she wouldn't do it, but I know hell is real, 'cause I put her through it. Wasn't those firestones burning at the end of the drive, her tail lights fading from a gravel goodbye? Should have seen it coming, should have heard them horses running. Could have been something so simple as taking her hand, showing her I love her all over again. With every honey I was wrong, I know I'd be lost, kind of things I didn't say. Wasn't the truck that drove her away. I really did a number on her heart, left her hanging, waiting, thinking love ain't gotta be this hard. It seems like a million miles from where we were to where we are. Guess I didn't think she'd take it this far. Wasn't those firestones burning at the end of the drive, the tail lights fading from a gravel goodbye? Should have seen it coming, should have heard them horses running. Could have been something so simple as taking her hand, showing her I love her all over again. With every honey I was wrong, I know I'd be lost, kind of things I didn't say. Wasn't the truck that drove her away. Could have been something so simple as taking her hand one more time all over again. Wasn't those firestones burning out the end of the drive, her tail lights fading from a gravel goodbye? Should have seen it coming, should have heard them horses running. Could have been something so simple as taking her hand, showing her I love her all over again. With every honey I was wrong, I know I'd be lost, kind of things I didn't say. Wasn't the truck that drove her away. No, it wasn't the truck that drove her away.
Making his radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. His name is Ryan Nelson. That is called Wasn't the Truck, and you can check out the video to it on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. This next young lady is making her radio debut on KICR Indie Country Radio. Her name is Shaylyn. It is SHAYLEN. This is called What If I Don't on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio. New country's best on New Music Friday.
Why am I still buying makeup? That's waterproof. Everybody goes through breakups, I know they do, but not with you. Yeah, I thought that thinking about you every day, they're getting drunk and calling you so late, and now this one you was just a phase, and with a little time it'd be okay. What if I'm not strong as I think? What if in 2 years I still can't sleep? What if I meet somebody new and every kiss feels like I'm cheating on you? What if we made a big mistake? What if my heart never won't break? People move on, people let go. What if you do? What if I don't? What if whiskey makes me miss you forever? What if I go out and see you doing better than ever? Yeah, I thought that thinking about you every day, they're getting drunk and calling you so late, and now this one you was just a phase. Maybe for you it is, but for me it ain't. What if I'm not strong as I think? What if in 2 years I still can't sleep? What if I meet somebody new and every kiss feels like I'm cheating on you? What if we made a big mistake? What if my heart never won't break? People move on, people let go. What if you do? What if I don't ever start loving you, ever start needing you? What if I don't ever start going through hell that I'm going through? What if I'm not strong as I think? What if in 2 years I still can't sleep? What if I meet somebody new and every kiss feels like I'm cheating on you? What if we made a big mistake? What if my heart never won't break? People move on, people let go. What if you do? I wanna move on, wanna let go. What if you do? What if I don't? What if I don't?
Party till we drop.
It's always a party.
Just partying it up.
Your country party is here all summer.
It's summertime.
Crank up the AC, because things are heating up.
No, seriously, turn up the AC or the shirt's coming off. You don't want to see this dad bod.
Turning up the summer country right now.
Every single summer I wonder if you think about me.
Your summertime station is Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Spend every second with them late last summer. $10 dates and Percy pretty sunburns. 4th of July, looking up at the skies when I knew. He said he couldn't wait to show me Colorado. Told me in August that we'd take a Silverado, and he knew a place we could stop halfway driving through. There was sparks flying, but it took it too far. Knew better, but I trusted my heart. Got too close and then I got burned. 'Cause that's how fire works. Wish I could've seen the red flags in time, but let myself write a love story in my mind. Should have known I would just get hurt. 'Cause that's how fire works. Mom always told me that love makes you dumb, and you can't talk somebody into being the one. She told me first, but I still had to learn it the hard way. There was
when I got burned. Oh, I wish I could have seen the red flags in time, but let myself write a love story in my mind. Should have known I would just get hurt, and knowing he's fine only makes it worse. But that is how fire works. That's how fire works. That is how fire works.
Her name is Gray Robinson. She is also making her radio debut tonight on KICR Indie Country Radio. That is called Fireworks. Video to that one on our TV channel, ICTV, IndieCountryTelevision.com. Well, we're into August, and yeah, the fireworks have almost stopped. That's outside. We got some good fireworks happening inside on New Music Friday because this music is really, really hot. The best in new country music lives right here. This next gentleman is Chase Matthew. This is called Gotta Be Away on Today's Country from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on New Music Friday.
I know what you're drinking at that bar, and he might buy you rounds and go too far. Oh, there's probably a better time and place for what I know that I'm about to say. But anyways, here goes nothing. There's gotta be a way I can get you back. More than two ways on this one-way track, one leading to something I don't want to lose. The straight and the narrow, right back to you. The future I planned only had you in it. I'm needing your smile every New York minute. Girl, I need you back. I need you here to stay. There's gotta be a way. I keep checking my phone, hoping that you called. 'Cause the second you do, baby, you know I'm gone. There's nothing anybody else could say that wouldn't stop me to save the day. But you'll never call, 'cause damn it, he's got it made. There's gotta be a way I can get you back. More than two ways on this one-way track, one leading to something I don't want to lose. The straight and the narrow, right back to you. The future I planned only had you in it. I'm needing your smile every New York minute. Girl, I need you back. I need you here to stay. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way I can get you back. More than two ways on this one-way track, one leading to something I don't want to lose. The straight and the narrow, right back to you. The memories I have only had you in them. I'm needing your smile every New York minute. Yeah, I'm all torn up. I can't live life this way. And I need you back. I need you here to stay. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way.
In a world, there was one man, Tim Kelly, and there was only one radio station, Indie Country Radio.
You'd never be afraid to face the mirror. You would never pick yourself apart. You'd love everything that you tried on. Feel pretty with a makeup gone. See beautiful instead of broken parts. If you could just see you the way I see you, there's nothing in this world you'd want to change. You'd see an angel, you'd understand the reason why I fell, and you'd believe it too if you could just see you the way I see you. You wonder if you make the world a better place, but you already did that just by waking up. It's the way you love and how you laugh. Give people time that you don't have. Girl, who you are is more than just enough. If you could just see you the way I see you, there's nothing in this world you'd want to change. You'd see an angel, you'd understand the reason why I fell, and you'd believe it too if you could just see you the way I see you. If you could look through my eyes, feel through my heart, stand where I'm standing, you'd be crazy about the way you really are. If you could just see you the way that I see you, there's not a thing you would ever change. You'd see an angel, you'd understand the reason why I fell, and you'd believe it too if you could just see you. Oh, you'd believe it too if you could just see you the way I see you, the way that I see you.
That is the debut single from Lawson Bates. It is called The Way I See You. Well, I love hearing the music as well, and seeing you guys in the chat room. I love that. And we're here every Thursday and Friday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on our website, KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Well, you guys are going to love listening to this next artist. Many people are calling him the next George Strait. He is from Texas, and his name is Randall King. This is called Hey Moon on today's Country from KICR, Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on New Music Friday.
Hey Moon, it's me again, that guy that's always checking back in. How's you doing? I'm hoping better than I've been. Hey Moon, there's someone you see that stands between her love and me, and I miss her. Damn, I miss her. Hey Moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey Moon, I'm down to my last shot, and I know that it's crazy talking to a rock in the sky. Oh, but I gotta try. Hey Moon, is she looking up from her room and thinking of us? Has she been tucked in, wondering where I've been, dreaming about seeing me again? Hey Moon, I'm giving it all that I got. Hey Moon, I'm down to my last shot, and I know that it's crazy talking to a rock in the sky, but I gotta try. Hey Moon,
Hey y'all, it's May Estes, and you're listening to Tim Kelly on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Honey, turn off that TV. I've been waiting on the end of that game. Come sit at the table and I'll pour us a couple drinks. I got something that I gotta say. I'm just not sure how, but there's a few shades of gray we didn't cover when we said those vows. I've been thinking about cheating, though I don't have a reason to cross that line, and I just had to tell you, 'cause it's something I never thought I'd do. Ain't thinking about leaving, but I've been thinking about cheating. No, I haven't met nobody, but lately there's been a few times a stranger has looked at me in a way I kinda like. Now there ain't no motel keys or sneaking around, just temptation that's weighing me down. I've been thinking about cheating, though I don't have a reason to cross that line, and I just had to tell you, 'cause it's something I never thought I'd do. Ain't thinking about leaving, but I've been thinking about cheating. Does it break your heart hearing every word? Do you wish that you would have brought it up first? If that makes you mad, give me your worst. Baby, tell me, does it even hurt knowing I've been thinking about cheating, though I don't have a reason to cross that line. I just had to tell you, 'cause it's something I never thought I'd do. Ain't thinking about leaving, but I've been thinking about cheating. I ain't thinking about leaving, but I've been thinking about
Her name is May Estes, M-A-E, and she is from Hope, Arkansas. That is called Thinking About Cheating, and what a great young lady and great artist she is, Miss May Estes. This next gentleman is great as well. We met a couple of years ago in Springfield, Missouri. He is from Montgomery, Texas. His name is Josh Ward. This is called Together. It has been great to be together with you tonight on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this New Music Friday.
There's a lot about me that you don't know. There's a whole lot of things that I don't show. But you can tell when something's weighing on my mind. You always find a way to make things right. Oh, but girl, you got me pouring my heart out tonight. You're the rocks around my arms around my true north when I'm headed south.
my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. You give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. I won't lay my burdens down on your back for you to carry around. So girl, I hope that you understand. It's just a part of me being a man. Oh, but girl, you got me pouring my heart out tonight. You're a rock to wrap my arms around, my true north when I'm headed south, a lighthouse in my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. You give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. Girl, you show me every day, but I love it more when I hear you say, you're the rock to wrap my arms around, my true north when I'm headed south, a lighthouse in my darkest harbor. When I think it couldn't get any harder, you calm the seas when the waves get rough. I'm sinking down, you lift me up. Give me shelter in the stormy weather. Even when I'm holding you, you're holding me together. You're holding me together.
Once again, his name is Josh Ward from Montgomery, Texas. A great tune called Together. Great to be together with you guys tonight. I want to thank Miss Francine Honey from Canada for joining us, and also Miss Jessie Maves from the movie Urban Cowboy and from Great Traditional Country Music. Absolutely. Two great ladies in the world of country music, and just two great ladies. I'm thankful to have them on the program tonight. Join me next Thursday night and Friday. We'll start it off with Triple Play Thursday, and we'll do New Music Friday again next week, 7 p.m. Central Time, live from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world. Today's Country with Tim Kelly is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like us there on Facebook, and we will like you right back. You guys have a great weekend, and until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. taking back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base, then